We want to thank everybody who listened to the show. This is the Truth and Logic Wrap-Up YouTube show. We want to thank everyone who listened to the show live on Talk Zone or caught the replay, called in. And for everyone who called in that maybe couldn't get through, please call back. We're going to do better. We're going to try to do better to get you in there. Call early. The show is from 2 to 3. Call early. Stay on the line. Don't hang up. We're going to get to you because we want to hear your views. We want to hear your opinions. And so keep it coming because we want to grow this thing and we want to grow with you, family.
And also, for everyone that tried to listen to the show on a mobile device and couldn't get through, I do apologize. This is our first time doing this. Our inaugural show was Wednesday, December 2nd. Download the app. App is free.
Talk Zone.
Exactly.
That's the name of the app, Talk Zone.
And you go to the Play Store or the iPhone store.
iTunes.
And download it. Listen to the app. Listen to the replay. Man.
But the bottom line is that we got real good feedback from our first show from the station manager. And it's all because of you all. And we appreciate you. So we want you to help us keep it going.
And one of the things they sent us an email. They told us that we've had more callers
for a first show
than any of their callers, any of their show hosts on any first show since they've been in business. So, and that's all thanks to you all, our family and fans. Let's blow their phone lines up.
Exactly. Now, the first show we talked about Black Lives Matter and we touched on the voting issue. Just to make it clear, first of all, I'm never going, because we're looked at as being negative, and that's really not the angle that we're coming from. A little controversial maybe, never negative. I'm never going to make an excuse for black people being less than what we are. So what I'm going to say is that black lives need to matter to black people. But as far as the percentages go, more black people die at the hands of other black people than any other race of people. So you can't ask whites, Hispanics, et cetera, to respect black lives and Black Lives Matter if we're not loving and respecting ourselves. So I don't see anything wrong with me saying, look in the mirror, love and respect yourself, love and respect your brother and sister, and let's keep this rolling, because the same excuses that you give me for why we have decreased and digressed are the same issues, were the reasons why we came together in the 50s and 60s and increased. So I'm not understanding where the logic and rationale is.
Well, if we could come together for a cause, you got people that came together for Laquan McDonald. You got people that come together for Baltimore. You have people that come together for different causes.
For
Ferguson, throughout the United States, for one particular incident. Did you have idiots out there in those? Yes, you did. I mean, but every place you got idiots. The thing is, if people come together for that simple cause, when the cause is over with, you back to your normal lives, and you have blacks killing blacks. Let's come together for the bigger cause, and that's to love your brother, love your sister, uplift the black community.
Uplift the community. That's what we should be about, uplifting community. We so busy worried about the next YouTube or Facebook twerk video or the next pair of Jordans or the next world star. But then we'll turn around and say, well, the media not covering the positives in the black community. Well, instead of depending on traditional media, why not use social media to get that message out there?
And that's one of the things we've mentioned on the show. I mean, 10 years from now, somebody positive do something and you heard about it 4 years later, I can understand that. You know, there was no way to actually disseminate the information.
You mean 10 years prior to this?
Right, 10 years prior to this. Now, since the social media age, If you could put the next knockout gang on social media, why can't you put the next helping your people out on social media? You know, why can't you do that? It was a young man, and I meant to give him a shout out on the show. I've had dialogue with him and his sister. Hopefully we can get him on the show within the next couple weeks. But he went to McDonald's, bought like $25 worth of burgers, and went down on Wacker Drive and handed them out to the homeless. And I liked it. I sent the man a message, and we've had dialogue. Stuff like that. Stuff like that makes me feel good, because it actually shows that, damn, you do got some good black people out here. Because me, just like a lot of other people that I talk to, you start to get nervous after a while, like how many good black brothers and sisters are actually out here on this earth. And all we want to do is make excuses for the bullshit that's happening. Every time somebody black does some bullshit, we make excuses. Let's stop the motherfucking excuses right now and put them people on blast. If they don't want to conform to the positivity of black people, leave them the fuck alone. Leave them alone. Just cut them out your life, because the motherfuckers ain't doing shit anyway.
There was a time when what is the norm now was not the norm, because we didn't allow it to be the norm. So where did the mindset change? That it's okay to walk around and present yourself as less than.
That's another show.
That is another show.
Yeah, that's another show.
That's another show that could be related, but it all ties into the Black Lives Mattering, because the bottom line is that we need to change the mindset of our community, because until we start caring about ourselves, then we can't care about another.
Exactly. I can't sit up here and hate myself but respect Deron. It's just not going to happen. It is not going to happen. So you can't force white folks to you better treat me with respect. But I'm dogging the shit out myself. So
Black Lives Matter. We're not going to make excuses for why we do the things we do. Instead of making excuses, we're going to come up with solutions together as a community. And this is not a topic that's going away. So it will be revisited on our show, as well as in the media, traditional or social. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna do our part to educate. And as a result, we want you all to become friends of the show. There's a GoFundMe account. Yes, we do. We have a GoFundMe account. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We're going to have an Instagram coming. And we also want to introduce you to the topic of our next show. The topic of the next show is going to be relationships.
And how it affects the black community.
How it affects the black community, the black household, financially, socioeconomic. It could take a different slant depending on where you, the family, take it on the phone calls. But what we want to try to do is focus on the deterioration, how relationships have deteriorated among the black community. And that might be a reason why we're where we're at.
Yeah, because I think it ties into the Black Lives Matter. Hey, like Deron said, we got a Facebook. Man, I think we up to almost 200 fans on our fan page. Tell your fans about it. Tell your friends, your family, your cousins, your neighbors about us. We're two black individuals. Whether you agree with our policy or what our views and what we say, trust me, we do talk on our own opinion, our own personal life. But trust me, we'll back everything up with facts.
Whether you agree with us or not, that's not the issue. We can disagree without being violently disagreeable. That's Martin Luther King, for those who may not know.
and well, case in point, real quick. One of my boys, known him for over 25 years, went to grammar school together, high school together. They frat brothers. They just met each other today. X-Man, he just left the house. But we had us a nice debate about Black Lives Matter. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to catch the show. He's in a different time zone, so he got he kept hearing us say 2:00. Maybe the Alfalfa thing couldn't get the times right or whatever.
Whatever.
But but we had us a nice debate, and it was just pretty much like a family thing. And like we said on the show, and we will continue to say this, that whether you agree with us or not, be respectful. If I'm not disrespecting you, don't disrespect us.
Again, that goes back to we can disagree without being violently disagreeable. And with that, we wrapped up the previous week's show. We've introduced you to the coming week's show.
And we will have a guest host on our next show.
Definitely will have a guest host.
Beautiful young lady. You get to hear her. Hopefully,
you'll meet her on the show, virtually, I guess.
Well, they said they're gonna try to have the cameras up, so hopefully the next show, you'll see us. Maybe I could lose 20 pounds before the show come up, since they say the camera adds 10 pounds. So yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
This dude. Anyway, listen to the show, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Depending on where you're at, adjust that time to wherever you're at in the country, world, whatever. TalkZone.com. Truth and Logic with Deron and David. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to hearing your feedback, all that good stuff. Until then, keep it real. Everything that's black and white, it's not always black and white.
Your truth versus my logic.